kindergartners. Today we are going to practice something called sequencing. Sequencing is putting things in order. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, the order that it goes in. A sequence of something means it's in the order that it's supposed to be. For example, on my calendar, if I had the numbers like this, would that be in sequence? Would that be in the correct order? No. 3, 6, 2, 4, 1, 5, 7. That's not the correct sequence. The sequence is the correct order. The 1 comes first. What comes after the 1?
2.
The 2.
Then
3. 4. Then 5. 6 and 7. We know that this is very important when we're doing our math, but it's also important when we are retelling what we read. We need to make sure that we put our story in the right order, in the right sequence when we retell it. So we don't say, oh, the wolf did not blow down the brick house. Oh, and he blew down the straw house, and the pigs made the house, and then the pigs tried to boil him in a pot. No, that's not the right order. That's not the right sequence. The pigs built the houses. They built a straw house. They built a stick house. They built a brick house. The wolf went to the straw house and blew it down. The wolf went to the stick house and blew it down. He went to the brick house and couldn't blow it down. So he climbed up on the roof to go down the chimney, but the pigs put a boiling pot of water in the fireplace so that he did not go down the chimney because he would have gotten burned. And then the pigs had their house. That is the correct order, the correct sequence, and it makes us understand the story better and remember it. Good readers are able to retell their stories in the correct sequence, in the right order. We're going to practice doing this by reading The Little Red Hen. The Little Red Hen, pictures by Janina Domanska. Here we have another version of our Little Red Hen. We've read several versions and listened to several versions, and this is another one. We're going to read the story, remembering the sequence, the order of how things happen in this book.
Wheat.
There's lots of wheat. It says, to all who bake or eat bread. Little Red Hen found a grain of wheat. Who will plant this? She asked. Not I, said the cat. There's the cat. Not I, said the goose. There's the goose. Not I, said the rat. Then I will. Then I will, said the Little Red Hen. So she buried the wheat in the ground. So first she found the seeds. Then she planted them. She buried them or planted them. Let's see what happens next. After a while, it grew up yellow and ripe. So it grew. The wheat is ripe now, said Little Red Hen. Who will cut and thresh it? Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the rat. Then I will, said Little Red Hen. So she's going to cut it and thresh it. So she cut it with her bill.
That's the big.
Yep. And threshed it with her wings. She threshed it. She got the seeds out of this part. Then she asked, who will take this wheat to the mill? Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the rat. Then I will, said Little Red Hen. Then she asked, who will take this wheat to the mill? Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the rat. Then I will, said the Little Red Hen. So let's see. Let's see the sequence. The sequence is she found the grain of wheat. She planted it. She cut it when it was ripe. We call that harvested it. She harvested it. Then she cut it. She threshed it. She put it into little pieces with her wings. And then she took it to the mill to be made into flour. So she carried the wheat to the mill. where it was ground. It was ground. Here's the mill. To be ground means it's really, really, really tiny little pieces, powder. And then she carried the flour home. Who will make me some bread with this flour, she asked. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the goose. Not I, said the rat. Then I will, said Little Red Hen. So she made the bread and baked it. There she is in the house making the bread.
Look at that goose is weird.
Then she said, now we shall see who will eat this bread. I will, said the cat. I will, said the goose. I will, said the rat. I am quite sure you would, said Little Red Hen, if you could get it. Then she called her chicks. And they ate up all the bread. There was none left for the cat or the goose or the rat. The end. So when we think about the order of what happened, we don't think she made the bread first, because that happened at the end. The first thing that happened was she found the grain, and then she planted it. Then it grew, and she cut it with her beak. She threshed it with her wings. She took it to the mill to be ground into flour. When she came home, she baked it into bread. And then, after she baked it, she gave it to her chicks to eat. Okay? Now, some things that we can do to help us remember the sequence or the order are to have cards. I'll send out a copy of these cards for you that we can put in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So if we look, let me spread out my cards and we need to match where they would go. These pictures are a little different than the pictures from this book, but it's the same story. So the first thing that happened, let's think about the first thing that happened. Did they eat the bread first?
No.
That happened when? Last.
Six.
Yeah, number 6, the last one. Did they, let's see, which happened first? She ate the bread or she offered the bread to them?
Offer.
Yeah, so that's number 5. Here's number 6. Let's see. Did she cut the wheat first or find the seeds?
Find the seeds.
She found the seeds. And then what did she do? She planted them. Then she cut. And then she took it to the mill. Look, in this story, they are asleep. So now I see the order. I'm going to have Tevye glue this in.
No.
Glue in order, and then I'll show you what I want you to do with that. While he's doing that, I'm going to show you another thing you can do to help you remember the story is you can rewrite it, write your own little Red Hen book. I did it where I put a hen on the front, and I can color this in if I wanted. I could color it in, the Little Red Hen. If I wanted, I could color her in red, right? Right? You can color it in, or you can just do it with a pen or a pencil. And I just took some pieces of paper, just plain paper, and I folded them over to make a book. So first, she planted the seeds. So I wrote the word plant at the bottom. Okay? First she planted. Then she watered it, or the wheat grew. So I have my little watering can to show that she watered it for the wheat to grow.
Ooh,
then, hold up. Then she cut it. Remember, the Little Red Hen cut the wheat with her beak. She cut it. So I'm going to color this in. And then she threshed it into very little pieces. Okay? The threshing, in our book, she did it with her wings. Finally, she went to the miller to make it into flour. So I have my bag of flour here to remind me that that's what happened. Okay? My bag of flour. And finally, when she came back, she baked it. She baked the bread. she bakes the bread in the oven. Here's my oven. You can see I'm going to color in my bread. And what does she do in the very end? Eat. She eats the bread. She eats the bread. Okay? So you can make your own little book. Yep, there's the big loaf of bread. You can make your own little book, or I'll send out these sequencing cards. You could take sequencing cards and put them on a piece of paper to glue them in so that when you retell the story, you know the right sequence. Now, what do we have here that could remind us of the order?
She found them.
Yeah. Now, when you glued this in, you covered it up. So right here at the top, I'm going to put 1. First, she found the grain. 2, she planted it. 3, she cut it. So I can put the numbers at top so I know the order. 4, she took it to the mill. 5, she baked the bread. And 6, she ate it. In my book that I made, I can do the same thing. Look what I can do. I can write 1, she planted it. 2, she watered it. 3, she cut it. 4, she threshed it.
It's like this book.
5, she went to the miller to make into flour. 6, she baked the bread. And 7, she eats it. She eats it.
But that's not the same as this one.
It is. It is. Our steps are a little different because I did not have that she found the grain, and I had that she watered it, right? And we both had that she baked it and ate it, right? And then you did not have that she threshed it, but I had that she threshed it. The really important part is to make sure that you know how to tell the story in order. All right? So, kindergartners, I want you to practice. You can either make a book, or I will send a link to print out these worksheets, okay? And retell the story. Retell the Little Red Hen in order. And use those numbers so that we know what happened first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6. Good readers are able to retell their stories in sequence, in order, to help them understand and remember. All right.